And on that report, we are now crossing over to the Crown Plaza, where there is a joint press conference of the Board of Architects and Quantity Surveyors, Engineer Board of Kenya, and the National Construction Authority in regards to the building that collapsed yesterday in Membli, Ruiru County. Let's first of all listen in.
Registration in the National Construction Authority portal on 10th of January of 2021. But the same had not been approved. We were pending clarifications on documentation sought from the developers. So the probable cause of the failure was at the foundation, but we are still going to establish as we go forward.
Yeah, continuing on the same, agency team is still continuing with the investigations and will within the next few weeks share a full report as well as sanctions to be taken against the developers or any person or persons that will be found to be culpable, and the recommendations on the way forward with regards to alleviating the collapse of buildings, and this report will also be shared with you for public consumption. So the investigation by the multi-agency team will include, among others, the assessment on the structural design of all ongoing projects. This will be done jointly. And we want to start with Kiambu County because of the rate of rapid developments around there. But of course, this will also extend into other parts of the country based on the rapidness construction. So we'll be collaborating with each respective county government to do this. So developers are only licensed professionals, that is engineers and architects and quantity surveyors, and also contractors for their development. For the engineers and architects, it is expected the developer is supposed to engage them for design and supervision of their works. Design and works. And for construction, they're supposed to engage a licensed contractor also by National Construction for purposes of implementation of those projects. It is in the public domain that registered professionals, that is engineers and architects, engineers are of engineers, and architects and quantity surveyors are in the website of Board of Registration of Architects and Quantity Surveyors, and the contractors who are registered are in the website of National Construction Authority. It is therefore expected that should you, as a developer, want to verify any information on any licensed professional, be it an architect, be it an engineer, or a quantity surveyor, or be it a contractor, the information is available on the websites of respective regulators. Let me that we want to give notice to developers across the country to adhere to the laws and regulations that guide construction in this country. It is through that regulation and laws and the policies that will get us safe and secure for a building. Therefore, as a National Construction Authority, flanked together with respective regulators, that is Engineers Board of Kenya and Board of Registration of Quantity Surveyors and Board of Registration of Architects and Quantity Surveyors, we are giving 30 days notice for those developments that are currently ongoing and have not complied or have been suspended for one reason or another for non-compliance, to ensure that they regularize the compliance and ensure those projects are registered, so that as a country we have a safe and quality built environment. Thank you.
The teams. Talk about the teams. That we don't have 20 teams.
Yeah, so of clarification on what we are going to do in terms of this structural of ongoing, so that we can be able to identify the ones with the necessary, and even in terms to prevent any further collapse. We have formed a joint team composed of Engineers Board of Kenya, who is going to give experts, engineers who are we also get professionals from the Board of Registration of Architects and Quantity Surveyors, who is going to give a team of qualified architects and quantity surveyors to also go and do the joint inspection. We'll also be working together with the counties, respective of where the joint structural audit will be done. Like for Kiambu, we'll be working with Kiambu County. At the same time, within the multi-agency team, we'll also be working with the law enforcement agencies, which is very key in ensuring that the orders that are given are enforced and right and appropriate action is taken. And from National Construction Authority side, we'll also be having a team of experts that will be working collaboratively so that we're able to do audit and be able to address the buildings that could be under construction and having safety issues so that we can have them addressed. We can make recommendations based on the findings for strengthening or any remedial measures that would be necessary to make them safe along other matters. Thank you. Of course, I'm being reminded, we are a very powerful team here. The media.
That is a live feed from the Crown Plaza, where officials from the boards of engineers, quantitative surveyors and the National Construction Authority are holding a joint presser in relation to the 9-story building that collapsed under construction in Membli of Ruiru sub-county yesterday early morning at about 3 a.m. Thank God no one was injured or any fatalities recorded. But in that joint presser, they've talked about in the next 2 weeks they will be sharing a full report on what transpired in terms of that building, and those culpable, of course, will be held accountable. Investigations, including assessment of all buildings, will be undertaken in all the counties, beginning with Kiambu, which has already registered 3 buildings this year which have all collapsed under construction. Of course, there were some fatalities in the other 2 buildings that collapsed, and a comprehensive report will be issued. And still on the same, because the presser is still underway, we have our very own Wambui Otiende, who is keeping tabs with that story.